Hey everyone, it's Katie, doula with Yama Mamas, and I want to talk to you guys about what I'm going to call the art of receiving, or the art for asking for help. And again, most of these videos that I'm doing are things that I have come across or things that I've been thinking about. Recently I got a phone call from a family member, and there is a woman in his community that just had her third or fourth baby and is really struggling with postpartum depression. And something that this person and I started talking about was receiving for help, and I was asking questions of what does her community look like? Is she receiving meals? And encouraging this person too. Are there others in their community that could tag team with you in caring for this mama? And something that keeps coming up time and time again, and something that I've personally experienced, is this mentality that in our culture that we are supposed to be doing this whole motherhood thing on our own. And I can feel it, I'm getting fiery because I'm just tired of this mentality, this cultural belief that we're supposed to do this on our own. So what is that about our culture that we believe that we should do this, especially if we're a first-time parent, first-time mom, that we have this belief that I should be able to do this. I should know how to care for my baby. I should know how to care for my body, when you've never done this before. So I feel like I just want to touch on this, and I'm going to implore us as new moms, especially if you're a new mama, to receive and ask for help, or ask and receive for help. I just recently discovered this book and I want to share it with you. It's called The 7 Sisters for 7 Days, The Mother's Manual for Community-Based Postpartum Care. Now, I haven't read through all of it, but I just wanted to talk about 3 archetypes that she talks about when it comes to women who resist help. We have the superwoman, she who can do it all. We have the fear of unworthiness, she who does not want to be a burden. And the newbie, she who does not even know what help she might need. Now, I personally identify with each of these, definitely the superwoman, and also the one that doesn't want to be a burden. I can't tell you how many times I've heard from a woman who doesn't want to ask from her family or community because she doesn't want to inconvenience them. And so I'm just curious, which archetype do you identify with specifically as a woman in this culture of asking for help, and which one do you identify with? And I'm curious if I guess I want to encourage you to share that with another mama or another friend or your spouse, just to highlight that, and maybe if you're in a place that you're ready to receive help, I think it's super helpful to identify those. And to start asking yourself, why do you resist asking for help? And if it's those 3 things or a different one. Let's see. So I guess I really want to change. I personally want to change how we think about this. Do we really need to do this on our own? And I know that another thing that I think about when asking for help is like, where are my people, or where's my village of who can I ask for help? And sometimes we might not even know where to start in asking for help. And so with that, I just want to note that I think let's start paying it forward. But something that I joke about is that I actually want to work myself out of a job, this doula postpartum care. It would be amazing if this was just what was normal and common, and it once was. Somehow we lost this art of women caring for women in villages and communities. So I would love to not be a paid postpartum doula. I know that sounds really odd, but I think that everything that I teach the women that I work with, and so for some reason it feels easier to have a paid person come into your home and do like a business transaction. Sometimes that feels easier, but what I encourage every mom and every family that I interact with, anything that I bring them, these different teas and tinctures, the belly bind, all the art of what I do caring for postpartum, I want that mama to take it and do it to her next friend that has a baby, or this, I guess we'll just call it pay it forward. And I do believe that once we get a taste of what it's like to be cared for and to receive care, we are going to want to do that with others in our community. So it has to start somewhere. So if you're wondering like, well, who could care for me? Who could I ask to receive? Perhaps maybe thinking about who you could make a meal for if it's in your capacity for, if you're not postpartum and you're watching this, starting to fan the flame and get this contagious art of women caring for women, families caring for families. Excuse me. So I just wanted to, plug that in of just that let's start this art of caring for each other and hoping that it will spread and be contagious. So, and I guess something else that's just really important to note in this, that when we receive help, that it's especially during postpartum, is actually a preventative measure to postpartum depression, emotional fatigue, breastfeeding issues. It prevents isolation. So in my mind, why wouldn't we receive help when it's going to prevent all these other things? And I will tell you, the families that I have worked with, the families that thrive are the ones that receive help and authentically receive help. Now there's lots of different ways to ask for help for postpartum. That will be another video as far as like how to ask people for help and specifically what do you need help with during postpartum. But let's say yes to receiving help, and I think that it will change the way that we experience motherhood. It will also start changing our communities and how we start viewing this communal perspective on postpartum care. So I hope that you found this video helpful. I would love to see some comments or some conversations starting down below in the comments, and I'll see you next time.